You're a wrestling machine, brother. And you, like you said, you didn't get too involved in creative. So their minds at the time thought, hey, this is great for us. So they wanted to take advantage of that and your star power and your wrestling ability. So there you go. By the way, it's also reported around this time that you, my friend, set up a meeting with Brock Lesnar and Dixie Carter. What can you tell us about that? Any details you remember?
Okay, Brock calls me. He's not in the WWE. He says, listen, man, can you get me in TNA? I probably shouldn't even be saying this stuff.
Oh, yes, you should.
What? Brock doesn't care.
This is a podcast. You're supposed to tell stories like this.
So he said, hey, what are you making? And I told him what I was making. He said, if you can get me that, I'll come. And I approached TNA and they said, no, we're not going to give him that kind of money. So it was amazing because I think that TNA at the time, I think they were at the top of their budget where they couldn't really get
they're maxed
out. I was making a lot of money. Sting was making a good bit of money. And then you had a bunch of guys on the roster. And, TNA, the Carter family funded it for a long time. And then TNA started making their own money. But it just wasn't enough to bring in another guy for 7 figures a year. I just don't think they were capable of doing that.
Man, just think, though, a shot at a generational talent like Brock Lesnar and you together in the same company.
TNA would have lit up if he came there. Yeah.
You got to have some foresight there, people. Yeah, I mean, we'll figure out the money. That's what I'm saying. It's Brock freaking Lesnar. Let's get it.
You're absolutely right, man.
Well, you're also at the time involved with John Cena's cousin. Do you remember this? The rapper Trademark? How did that all come to be?
Well, I met Trademark with John Cena back in the WWE, and I knew he was a rapper and a musician. And I came up with this song. It came from Vision Quest. It was called Lunatic Fringe. And I wanted to make it my entrance music for TNA. So I asked Trademark if he could come up with a couple of words, different phrases and catchphrases that I use and all that stuff for the song. And he did a phenomenal job. I actually, as much as I love my You Suck music, this Lunatic Fringe music is really freaking cool. I mean, I don't know if you ever heard it, Paul, but it's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Vision Quest?
Yeah, and I'm sure I've watched your matches in TNA, so I've heard the song. So
yeah, you definitely had to have heard it. But I love that song, and Trademark did a tremendous job.